To day 2 of the Microsoft Business Application Summit. Thank you for getting up so early and joining us today. We really appreciate it. Just before I get started, I just want to kind of get a feel for who's in the room. So how many of you here currently use Power BI to create reports and dashboards? Let's raise your hands. Wow, a lot of you. How many of you are admins of Power BI? Do you have any admins in the house? Just a few? All right, and how many of you are pure consumers, meaning you just use Power BI to consume your reports or dashboards? Wow, no one. All right. Well, regardless of which group you belong to, I think we have a jam-packed session to walk you through some of the existing capabilities and best practices that we have for making sure that end users that use Power BI service and mobile are successful in getting insights. And by the end of the session, our goal is to make sure that you have a good understanding of some of the best practices that current companies are currently using to deploy Power BI and make sure that consumers are successful in getting the insights. I say we because it's just not me that's going to be presenting today. I have two other colleagues that will be presenting, but as an introduction, my name is Nikhil Gaikwad. I am a PM on the Power BI service team. I've been working in the Power BI service for about 2 years now, and I primarily focus on end user experiences and consumption. Later on, we'll be joined by Samya and Maya, who will be walking you through, again, some of the new things that we're doing in Power BI to make sure end users are successful. So the agenda today is very simple. We just want to walk you through the end user journey of how users find reports and dashboards in Power BI, all the way to taking those insights on the go. We've talked to thousands of customers over the last year, and one of the feedbacks that we consistently receive is Power BI can be a little difficult for end users to go consume content. And we've heard feedback from many of our community and customers loud and clear, which is why this is actually the first time we're adding this session to our BI track, because we want to make sure that you know some of the best practices that some of these successful companies use to enable their end users and empower them with the data they need to make some of those key business decisions. So as I mentioned, we'll walk through the end user journey to understand, how do end users start by finding the content that's important to them, going with actually viewing the content. So all those authors here that build the incredible reports and dashboards, how do end users go to view them? How do they explore further if they want to dive into some of the existing insights that they receive? Collaborate with other people in the organization. And lastly, how do they take those insights that they currently get in the Power BI service on the go and mobile? So let me actually start off with finding content. So I guess there's many of you that are authors and admins. You can probably relate to this. But what we consistently see that end users do is that they're frantically looking through their email, or they're finding that bookmark that they've added to their web browser to find that report or dashboard. And we've seen that as we have larger deployments in organizations, that it becomes really hard to keep track of all those reports and dashboards you have access to. And because of this, we actually, again, looked at this feedback and we wanted to go solve it. And the way we solved it was releasing a feature called Power BI Home. Power BI Home is essentially a personalized landing page that's built essentially for every user. It gives you access to all your most important content and gives you one-click access to that, and also lets you monitor some of the key business metrics that you care about at a glance, and also gives you an opportunity to go discover more content that you have access to within your organization. And Power BI Home went into preview last year in September, and we actually GA'd just about 4 weeks ago. So let me give you a quick tour of what Home currently looks like. So as you can see here, this is my Power BI homepage. And what you see right away are these two pin tile sections, or visuals that give me an overview of the key metrics that I care about. So every morning or every afternoon when I come into the Power BI service, I can quickly gauge and see how's my IT spend doing and how the HR leadership dashboard is performing in the Power BI service. So my key metrics that I care about at a glance. Right underneath there, there's the favorites and frequent section, where you can access all the content that's most important for you with one click. So the way the section works is that we surface all of the content that you've favorited first, and then go backfill that with some of the most frequently used content in the Power BI service. And as most of you know, if you forget to favorite something, but you know that you access that one report or dashboard most of the time, don't worry about it. We'll automatically surface that on the homepage. So when you come to the Power BI service, you know which report or dashboard to enter. Right underneath that, there are recents, essentially all the recents that you have accessed, and also apps that you've currently installed within your organization. And one of the things that we wanted to do as part of our GA is not only make this a personalized dashboard for consumers, we also wanted to make this a personalized dashboard, personalized landing page for creators as well. So I know creators are in the service to essentially distribute some of the content and collaborate with different users in the organization, which is why we added the workspaces widget. So the workspaces section here essentially gives you access to all the workspaces that you use most frequently. And this also shows up in your recents. So here you can see that I've accessed my workspace recently. And it also shows up as part of one of your frequents if that's something that you access frequently. Like I said, if you're a user, whether you're a consumer or a creator, Power BI Home makes sure that you get to your content right away. So that essentially brings us to the first tip that I would take away is actually use Power BI Home to find and navigate to content. This is incredibly useful, especially when you are distributing Power BI to a large number of users in the organization, and they're always asking you, what is that link again? Or where's that email that you sent me when you shared that dashboard report with me? They don't have to go through the hassle of digging that up. They can actually go to the home page and get that one-click access to your most important content. One thing which I'll demo later is that Power BI Home also has search. So if you know that they're the name of the content, you can actually search for all the dashboards, reports, apps, and workspaces on Home itself. So let's go back to the home page. So as I sort of scroll further down into my homepage, you'll see that there is a section for things that are shared with me and recommended apps. So this is the phase where I'm sort of in the discovery mode. I've looked at all the content that I care about because I have the pin tiles to look at all my key metrics at a glance. I can access all the frequent content that I care about. And also, if I want to sort of dive into some of the other dashboards and reports that are shared with me, I can go to this section. And here you'll see that I have some dashboards and reports that are shared either directly to me by different users or as part of a security group within the organization. We also have recommended apps. So recommended apps essentially surfaces all the organizational apps that are distributed to the entire organization. And we actually use AI in the back to essentially determine what apps are most relevant to you. And that's essentially looking at the data for all the different users within your nearest group or organization, looking at what is most frequently used within the organization as well, and making sure that we surface the app that's, that you might be considering looking at. Here, because this is my demo tenant, you'll see that bug test is an app that someone has deployed and is probably most relevant to me because I'm probably working with some developers to actually build some of the features in the Power BI service. And if you don't have any organizational apps within recommended apps, we actually backfill it with some of the existing service apps that we recommend users to get started with. So this is really important for you to know that your end users can go and actually install a service app if they have the credentials to it, and just start exploring with some of the dashboards and reports within there, so they can get more of Power BI. And that essentially brings to tip number 2, which is use Home to discover content that you have access to, either through shared with me or recommended apps. It becomes incredibly powerful when you're sort of digging around in the service to find more data or insights that someone's published. And as I mentioned before, you can actually pin your key business metrics at a glance on top of Home. And the way you currently do that is you favorite the dashboard that you most frequently use, and or that you care about, and Power BI automatically picks the top 2 dashboards that you access and shows the 6 tiles from there. I will say that we're improving this experience. This is our initial sort of release as part of GA, and I'll talk through what we currently have planned in our roadmap. And going back to the home page, if I scroll even further, you'll see that there's a new section for learning how to use Power BI. And this is something that we added as part of the GA as well, and I think it was also in preview. This essentially gives you some documentation links on all the different Power BI resources that are available, also like for authors and also end users. And one incredible thing which we released recently, or I guess it was in December, was that end users have a very quick way to get started in the Power BI service. And we essentially built a video which you can launch, and you can just get a 2.5-minute overview of how Power BI works, and how end users can navigate in the service, and essentially covers most of the tips and tricks that we're going to discuss today. So a lot of people don't know this, but you can definitely guide your end users to watching this video, especially if they're new users that are coming to the Power BI service. And that essentially brings me to our 4th tip, is watch the welcome video in Power BI. That will definitely help end users sort of get kickstarted in the Power BI service. They'll understand how Home works and some of the end user capabilities and features that are available. So they're not having to learn all that through documentation. But if they are readers and don't like watching videos, there are some learning content that is available on the bottom of Home. And we also have training modules that we've built as part of the Microsoft Learn program, which essentially covers some of the end user journey and gives you a guided learning for different personas on how they can use Power BI. So I'll quickly show you that. So if you go to docs.microsoft.com/Power BI, you'll see that there will be the documentation for sort of different Power BI users. And the first ones are consumers and report designers and admins. So if you actually walk through the consumer guided learning, you'll get an overview of the main concepts that you need to know to make sure that you're successful when you're viewing dashboards and reports in the Power BI service. So this is something that was launched recently, and I definitely recommend you to sort of guide your end users to go view this if there's something that they'd like to read. So now I've essentially walked you through what we've currently launched and what's already available as part of Power BI Home in the service. But we're not stopping there. We're doing a lot more. And we received a ton of feedback again from our community and customers. And one of the most important things as an end user, at least for me within my organization, is for me to trust my data. I need to make sure that the data that I'm viewing is actually trustworthy and it's coming from the right certified source, because you might have access to multiple portals and sites that showcase data within your organization. And the way that Office and some of the other applications go about doing that is they make sure that there's a certified logo or a company brand that's presented in the Power BI portal, which is why we're essentially working on organizational branding. So organizational branding gives you the ability, especially for those admins that put their hands up, you can actually go configure the Power BI service to match your corporate brand. So that includes adding your company logo front, right, and center into the Power BI service, choosing the color that sort of fits in with your current Office brand or your brand of your company. And we also had a little fun by giving you the ability to have a banner image on top of the homepage. So again, this personalizes your Power BI service, so when end users do come in to view their dashboards or reports, they know it's coming from a certified source and they can actually trust the data because it's similar to some of the other Office apps or it's deployed by their IT organization. And thanks to our awesome developers, we actually have a demo of organizational branding here. And some of you that attended the keynotes with Amir probably saw this already. So this is how Power BI currently looks like. And most of you are probably familiar with the service. And let's just say I'm part of an organization called Contoso, which is a gaming organization, and we essentially build games and publish it to other users. And our company brand is purple. So as an admin, I would go into the Power BI admin portal, configure it, and this is essentially what I can turn Power BI service into. As you can see, it's completely branded to Contoso. You'll see the Contoso logo here. Because our company branding is purple, you'll see purple essentially added to the top header. You'll also see that we've light themed the left navigation to make it more integrated with the actual product. And like I mentioned, we also give you the ability for you to add a banner image on top of the homepage. The one thing that I did mention as part of tip number 4, where end users can go watch a video to start things off, you'll see that there's also a banner that we have on top of home, especially if you're a new user, you can see this or dismiss it if you don't need it. But here's also another entry point for you to go in and access that same video that I mentioned before. So more entry points for your end users to go learn about Power BI. This is essentially organizational branding. So the next thing that feedback that we've heard, and this is something that we hear consistently, is once someone deploys Power BI as part of their organization, they want to make sure that they have a consistent navigation experience. What I mean by that is you might have 4 or 5 reports that every person in the company should access or should be able to view. And what we see a lot of organizations do is that they actually build separate portals or SharePoint sites and different tools for their end users so they have a consistent experience for them to go to that portal, find that report or dashboard, and navigate to it. So we saw a lot of organizations doing that, which is why we said, why not do it in the Power BI service? So we're going to revamp the current recommended apps section and have a separate feature called promoted content. What promoted content allows you to do is it lets you set the default content that your end users see when they come into the Power BI service. So again, you can have this consistent navigation experience, and you can tell everyone in the organization to say, go to Power BI homepage. As part of the recommended content section, you'll see all the dashboards and reports that you have access to. And the way that we're going to build this is that we're going to let the admins control who has the permissions to promote the content within the organization. So you can granularly choose to say, these are the set of users that have the privilege to promote content on top of users' homepage. And as part of that privilege, these users will have the ability to essentially promote dashboard reports, apps, and even workspaces on top of the homepage. So again, for those set of users that are coming into the Power BI service for the first time, this is incredibly powerful and useful. So because they can essentially see all the content they have access to and quickly navigate to it right away. And one thing that we're going to introduce as part of this feature is let you upload an image or a screenshot of that dashboard or report, so they can kind of get a quick glimpse of what they're sort of looking at in the content. And if you don't have anything with the organization, we'll still continue to backfill it with the recommended apps. So highly encouraged to use the promoted content. It's currently being worked on this semester, and we'll be releasing this soon. As I mentioned before, the other thing that we are also improving is the pen tiled experience. We did hear your feedback to say that I probably want to choose that dashboard that I care about and have it pinned on top of home instead of having it rely on the favoriting action and letting Power BI choose which dashboard to show on your homepage. So because of that, we're actually building a new experience that lets you choose the dashboards and reports that you want to sort of monitor at a glance on top of home. And like I said, you no longer need to rely on the favoriting capability. You can actually go configure the pin tile section on the homepage. You'll see this is a quick mock-up that we have prototyped. So here I'll be able to choose the dashboard or report, and I can also see a preview. That's something that you couldn't do before. You just had to favorite a dashboard and hope that the 6 tiles that show up is something that you care about. Here you can actually see the preview of what are the tiles that you'll be actually pinning on top of home. And we're actually going to give the report authors the control over what these 6 tiles are. And the reason that we're doing this is because report changes all the time. As authors, as many of you here, you're probably making updates to the reports based on the feedback. And you're removing visuals, you're adding new visuals, and you're making sure that your end users are satisfied. So if we allow end users to start pinning content by themselves, and say you go change the tile and it's no longer relevant, it's not useful, we don't want them to be stuck with old visuals. So which is why we're going to give the power to report authors to configure what these 6 key metrics are for their business users. So all they have to do is go choose that dashboard or report, and those 6 tiles or less will show up on their homepage. So improved pen tiles experience is something that we're working on as well. And lastly, one of the things that we also frequently hear from a lot of organizations is they want to essentially configure the learning resources in Power BI. So that section that I showed you earlier on the homepage, those are the documentation and links that we think are most relevant for end users or even authors that they can go check out. But a lot of organizations actually have their own documentation that they've built. They probably have a process for how they assign users to a workspace or how they publish apps within the organization. So we're actually going to let admins go and configure the learning resources section on the homepage. So here you can go in and specify your own learning resources and documentation links on the homepage. So when users come into the Power BI service, they're navigated to some sort of portal internally or some of the documentations that you're sort of built for within the organization. So in this example, you'll see that Contoso has chosen to keep the video, but to configure some of the other learning resources tiles to match their needs. So They've changed the Get Started with Power BI with their own Contoso video or documentation that they've built. They also have a dashboard design course that they've probably signed up for externally, and this provides their end users a link for them to go learn about dashboarding. And yes, we'll also let you hide that section on the homepage. If you think that's not relevant for your end users, we're going to let admins remove that section so they're not seeing that on the homepage. So what I essentially walked you through is how you can leverage Power BI Home for you to go find the content that's most important for you, and essentially use this to enable your end users to dive into their insights with just one click. And we hope, with some of the upcoming capabilities that we're building, we can make this a really intuitive and powerful experience for everyone. With that said, we're moving on to our next segment, which is viewing content. And for that, I'll call up my colleague Samya to walk through some of the new things that we're building there. Samya.
Good morning, everyone. While I get started and disconnect my laptop here. This one, right? Yes. Excuse me. Okay. So I just need to switch between these two. Yes. Okay. Thank you for your patience. So we saw so far how users can quickly find content. And now that they've found the content, the next most important thing that they like to do is view the content. When it comes to Power BI, content is king or queen. That's the most important value that consumers get out of Power BI. And to simplify that, we're doing a couple of things. And today, I want to talk about what are the default experiences that we are building, so that when users come to find insights and consume insights, they can do all of these. How do we enable them with some of the easy navigation experiences? And two, I also want to leave you with some of the tips and tricks that you can use, so that, and how can you enable them in this journey. And that list is really short, but it's really good for you to know. And with that, so how many of you attended the keynote yesterday? And if you did, okay, that's a fair number. So you would have seen that we're working towards a new look in Power BI. And at the core of it, the main goal of the new look is to simplify the user experience so that end users can find insights and mainly focus on the report content in Power BI. And when it comes to report content, the most important thing here is the effort and the thinking that goes into building this report, curating that data. And you still do all that using the capabilities that you have in desktop and all other key features that we have. However, today I want to walk you through an end user's perspective, that once you've built this report and you've published it and you've shared it with them, what are some of the key enablers that they look for, and how easy all of this is with the new look. So the first and the most important tip here would be opt into the new look. And please encourage your users. You'll see how easy it is to do that with this quick demo. So I've laid aside here how Power BI today, a report in Power BI today looks as is, and how it looks when the new look is on. And let me walk you through all of the key changes. First and foremost, the most okay. The first question that end users ask is, which report am I looking at? When was the report last updated, and whom to contact? What we typically call metadata. And this is important because they may have a lot of reports and dashboards coming their way, and these are some of the really basic things that they'd like to check and understand. So you see here with the new look, we've added that information front and center for our users. You can now quickly find out when the report was updated, and you can also click here to find additional details. You know whom to contact for any questions on this report. You know also granular information. Okay. And there's additional granular detail for those of you who know exactly the time at which the data was updated, which is really important for reports that have time-sensitive data. And the next big change you'd see is that overall it has the navigation, the action bar that you see here. There's a lot of useful features that all of you use today, but if you look at it from an end user's perspective, there's a lot of actions here, and sometimes end users, they find it hard to navigate and find those frequently used features. And to make that simpler, and we've optimized it, we've simplified the action bar, and here you can see all the frequently used features such as export, share, subscribe, comment, shares, and on your right here, bookmarks and filters. They're all really clean, much easy to find, and front and center for our users. And this is really important because, like I mentioned, when end users come to Power BI, the main focus is on the report content, but they do need these actions, and how do they find, and making it easier to find them is the way we make them more productive. And you'll see, notice another big change. Here, you have all the different pages within the report down here. And when we talked to a lot of our customers, we were surprised to see how many users actually don't even notice that there are different pages within the report. And so we put in a lot of effort and create content, and there's so many insights that you pack into each of these reports. And it's sad if users cannot find it. So one of the big changes you'll see with the new look is we've switched to a vertical navigation to make pages more prominent and also easy to switch between. And this is really important because for users who are not very frequently visiting Power BI, some of these really seemingly small things are what make navigation simpler. And we've also heard some concerns that if we've switched to a vertical navigation, have we reduced the space in the overall screen? Not really. You can go and resize this and make it really small, all the way up to 80 pixels. And you can even change the size here. You can fit actual size. And if you notice, the difference is really, really small. So this has the benefit of making it really obvious that there are different pages in the report without really losing much of the screen estate. And you can even, if you have really long report titles, you can also go increase it. So making it really flexible for you to get the benefits of the new navigation at the same time, giving you customization options. And then we also heard another concern: what if my page has just one report? So if your page has just one report, the pane won't show up at all. So we do put a lot of thinking into making sure that we create these generic experiences, but also making sure that we're giving you flexibility to give the best experience to your users. So with that, we talked about what we're doing to optimize the way consumers find insights from a single report. Here's a snapshot view of all the key changes that are coming your way. And I do want to call out that we're not really deprecating any of the features, which is one of the common misunderstandings because actions have moved around and we've heard people panicking saying, where did usage metrics go? Where did edit report go? They've not gone anywhere. Some of these actions you'll find in just one extra click. You see all the other actions that most of you as authors and admins would use. You'll find them here. And also things like usage metrics would be also available on the content list. So that's one thing for you to remember. And it's also important because, and I also want to talk about why is it an opt-in. And the reason it's an opt-in is because some of these changes may need time on your end to adapt. You may have created reports that work best with the existing design, and you may need to tweak it slightly to work better with the new look. So the opt-in approach gives you time to do that. And with that, the next tip for you is what are some of the things that you could focus on so that as users opt into the new look, what are some of the things you can optimize in your report design? And this list, it looks big, but it's really small, so don't panic. We've seen that some of the existing reports already have these metadata, such as last refreshed date, title, and you've also created a page navigation separately. So now that we've built them as default experiences, you can go and update your report designs and then reuse that canvas area to add additional insights. You also notice how prominent the report pages look. So it's also important for you to leverage that and use intuitive page names because it's often, you have page 1, page 2, page 3, but these are subtle meta information that you can add so that as users are looking at it, they also know, can register what is each page talking about. And lastly, you may have to update any internal documentation you have. We will be sharing with you updated documentation from our standard documentation, but please also let us know if there are any additional information or documentation that we can share so that this whole migration becomes easier for you. But that said, it's all really low key because the main goal here is to build a default experience so that you don't have to go and do all these additional things, and the design is intuitive enough that documentation becomes less necessary. Okay, so now I want to switch to what are we building and on the navigation. So you have single reports that users can go and consume insights from. But often you'll have multiple reports and dashboards to share the story, share the insights with your users. And there's a new feature, the app navigation builder, that lets you customize this navigation and build an app structure so that users can now navigate through multiple reports and dashboards and get all insights and know how to quickly navigate. So I'm not going through all the details here. There's a detail session at 10:30 that my colleague here has, who will walk you through all the rich capabilities that this feature has. But what I will talk about here is just what are the key things that matters to an end user when you build this structure and what to focus on. Okay, let me quickly get to the report here and show you how in just a few clicks you'll be able to create a hierarchical structure that easily groups related items together, and you can even embed links, and how all of these play a key role in helping end users retain information and also switch between different artifacts. Okay, it's slow today. Sorry about that. I have a lot of stuff running on this, and see, it's needed a refresh. Okay, so here you see an app. It has all different dashboards, and as an example, I've grouped all sales-related reports and dashboards here under the sales performance section. So there's gaming analysis report here. Here you can see a dashboard that has all the sales KPI. And here there's all content related to customer satisfaction. And yeah, it could be any number of reports and dashboards that you want to group. And it's very common to have to group related information together, because often end users really find it efficient when they can have all information in one place and then get to it in just a few clicks when they need it. So and let me walk you through the structure, and then I'll show you how you can get and build an experience like this. So here, as you saw yesterday, you can also include a paginated report. And this is really useful for those of you who have reports, some of them on the Power BI service, or you may have an RDL report. So it's easy to combine all of this in one place. You can even embed a Word document, and training becomes really important. So what I've done here is I have a Word document that has a step-by-step guide to help users understand how to use reports and dashboards in this app, and they can just come here and scroll through and get all this information without having to leave the app. Or what's even more powerful is some of you may have videos, and you can embed that and set it to open within the content area itself. So for those users who find videos more intuitive, you can also do that. And then finally, there's always a variance in what your end users want and what kind of reports that you're building. So it becomes really important that you have a way for your end users to give you this feedback. And you can really do that so easily with just using a form survey in your app. And then as users are viewing this app, they could quickly tell you what's working well, what could be better. They could share specific verbatims with you that could help you make your app better. And so these are really small ways that you can help end users be more productive. And also your jobs would be much simpler, because now you're able to reach out to your end users and also focus on things that matter to your end users. So with that, let me quickly show you how you can get into the edit mode. And this is a sneak peek. So when you go to the update, this took me to the workspace. And when you go to the update app, this is the navigation builder. So you can add additional metadata here that could also help users. And this is where you build the navigation structure. So here you can just add a new section in just one click, or as you have different dashboards, here I've uploaded a dashboard and I've set it to the sales performance section, or you can switch it to a new section. And once you've done all, and if you want to add a new link, here's where you've done that. So you have a link here. I've added the link. I've set it to open in the content area. But if you don't want that, you can just switch it and change it to open outside of it if that's your preference. So, and then as you click Update App, it just takes a few seconds for these changes to reflect, and that's the power of apps, and you learn more in the next session. But from an end user's point, you saw how you can use some of these really easy to use experiences to create structures that help end users get insights from multiple dashboards. Let me switch. Okay. So the next tip here for you would be to build an intuitive app structure, and I've just summarized the key elements here. And in the interest of time, I'd like to move on to the next key stages in the journey, which is what are the key things an end user does when they want to explore and collaborate after they've viewed content. And to walk you through that and give you a quick synopsis, I'd like to call Nikhil on stage.
Samya. So I was actually going to quickly walk through each of these features and explain to you how all of them work. But since most of you here are actually authors and admins, you've probably seen most of these already. So starting with being able to export data and sharing your report or dashboard to end users, subscribing for the actual updates. You can actually also subscribe others now, and our colleague Chris has done a really good job to even let you schedule subscriptions within the Power BI service. You also saw the commenting feature that was featured in the keynote that allows you to comment on both dashboards and reports. And the power of commenting on reports is that we give you the ability for you to capture the bookmark. And while I was sitting here, I actually mentioned Maya, and I think we'll actually move on to the next section, where we'll learn about how end users take the insights that they've received in the Power BI service and then take it on mobile and get their insights on the go. So Maya, come up.
Thank you, Nikhil. Can you hear me, guys? Good morning. So my name is Maya, and I'm from the Power BI mobile team. And the last section that we're going to talk about is about our mobile experience. So let me start with my first tip, and it is just get the app. How many of you have the Power BI mobile app installed on their phone? Is there somebody that does not have it yet? This is a great time to download it and see how simple it is just to log in and get access to any of your Power BI content from your mobile app. So that will be my first tip. The next tip would be is to use all the great interactions that we have in the app in order to better work with your report. And we heard your feedback, and we love your feedback, by the way, and we've made some great improvement in the way that you can interact with reports, and I want to highlight a few of them. First thing that we did is we changed the touch interaction from something that we used to call double tap to single tap. And this is an opt-in feature, so you will need to turn it on in order to enjoy it. And the essence of this is that a single tap now is the only thing that is required in order for you to select and work with your visual. Up until today, you needed to have a single tap that select a visual and an additional tap that actually does some interaction inside the visual. With a single tap turned on, you need only one tap, and that will do them both in a single tap. Next thing that we did is we have given you, the end users, the ability to go full screen and focus on your data when you want to do that. And in that case, we hide the header and the footer for you. And when you exit full screen, we bring back the footer, so you will have all the actions available for you. We'll see that in a second. It might be a little more clear. And the third mini tip, let's call it, is to try the tap and hold or the long press gesture. That's something that end users sometimes find hard to discover, and you as being admins and content creator and actually Power BI ambassadors in your organization, it's important to educate end users because there is a lot of information actually hidden in the long tap gesture, which gives you the context of the data point that you're currently viewing. You will be able to see the tooltip. If there are drill actions like drill down, drill up, or drill through, that's where you can activate that. And something that we are currently working on is the report canvas tooltip that will come up very soon to mobile. So that's also will be discoverable from the long press gesture. So, excuse me, there's a lot of technology here. I will try and switch to show you exactly how it works. Okay, so I'm still in my lock screen, and that's because I wanted to show you the power of Power BI Mobile. Actually, once you have the app installed, you are able to get push notification from Power BI on things that matters to you. In that case, I just got the mention that Nikhil was sending me on a report commenting directly to my mobile, so I can pick it up whenever I am and continue the conversation on the go. So let's go, and that actually takes me directly to the report I wanted to use in order to show you the report interactions. So first you can see here is the conversation, and I can reply back to Nikhil. Okay, thanks. And take part of that conversation, but let's see how I actually interact with the report. So you can see here the report I'm using, and on the top I have a slicer. And if I was using double tap, I would need first to select the slicer, and only then I was able to tap on a specific value in order to apply that value on the report. With single tap now, all I need to do, let me exit, just tap on the value, and that's it. My selection is applied, and that actually gives you a more intuitive interaction with your report. The other thing we were talking about is with the full screen. So you see that arrows action at the top, and basically I control when I want to go full screen and work with my content, and when I want to exit full screen and have my action bar available at the bottom. Next thing that I wanted to show you is the long press. Okay, you can see I'm long pressing on a data point in that visual, and then I get the tooltip. And the tooltip is actually a platform for us to surface an additional actions on my report. So you can see that for that data point, I have actually drill down available. That would be the down arrow that I can see, and also drill through. I will choose the drill through, which is the right arrow. And here you can see where I can drill through. And let me just select that, and voila. I just moved to a different report page, and I can continue my analysis. For those who want more touch gestures, so swiping from right to left, we switch between pages, and the rest I will let you guys and girls, sorry, to figure out by yourself. And let's go back to the deck. Okay, so that was report interactions. Any questions so far? Okay. Okay, the next thing I wanted to talk about is something that we launched this week, and actually I'm very excited about, is that Siri integration that we have now. And why we did that? We heard Nikhil and Xiaomia talking about how difficult it is to find content sometimes for end users. And many times people just want, same as the browser, to be able to pin a specific or shortcut a specific report to their desktop, for example. This is something that not really exists in mobile, but thanks to Siri shortcut, we bringing similar experience and let you create shortcuts to report or dashboards that can later be activated using Siri voice commands. We will see that in a second. And the other thing that we did is the device native search. In the iOS language, it's called Spotlight. So basically, when you search on some content on your device, Power BI now participate in that search and will surface artifact or items within Power BI that match that search. That can be reports, dashboards, workspaces, apps, and even people who shared items with you. Let's have a look how it works. Okay, so this is my iPhone, and in order to run a search, all I need to do is just swipe and get that Spotlight search text box at the top. And let me, for example, look for Nikhil. So I can see that I have Nikhil as a contact, and I see that we have been WhatsApping like forever to get prepared to that session. But I can also see that Nikhil has shared some Power BI content with me. And I can just tap on it and see all the content that I've gotten from Nikhil. I can also look for a specific report. And I don't need to remember the entire report name. I can just remember a word or 2 words or something about that. And you can see that I even got it as the top hit because preparing to that demo, I was practicing on what is it that I want to show you, and this is why it got into the top hits. And once I'm tapping on that, I've been redirected directly to that report. And you can see now that I have this banner that suggests me to add to Siri. And the reason that you see that bar currently is because that report becomes something that I frequently accessed, again, in order to prepare to this session. So the Power BI app suggests me to create a shortcut with Siri to that. And if there is a different report that you want to create a shortcut as well, which you are not accessing very often, under the 3-dot menu, you will have the Add to Siri action as well. So let's do that. Tapping on that, I'm getting the Siri shortcut creation form. And all I need to do now is to record a phrase that I will be later using in order to access that report. Open my awesome report. OK, let's do that. And let's see how well Siri understands English with an Hebrew accent. Hey Siri, open my awesome report. How awesome is that? Okay. So that was tip number 11. Use Siri so it will be easier for you to find content and navigate directly to it. The next tip I wanted to share with you is actually with regards to a different app that we have, and that's our Windows app. I don't know how many of you saw our recent publication with regards to presentation mode and slideshow. Somebody knows about it? Good, few people. Okay, now many more people will know about it. So we talk a lot about digital transformation and supporting the data-driven organization. It's not just words. It's actually work that we are doing in order to empower you and your organization to make a more data-driven decisions rather than opinions. And with Windows presentation mode, we're actually letting you to bring Power BI into the conference room or into the meeting room and try to speak and connect in the same time. So you can actually present Power BI data, same as you present PowerPoint, for example, and have conversations and make decisions based on that data. So let me show you how a Windows, Power BI Windows app looks like and what is presentation mode, and later on we see also slideshow. Okay. So this is our Windows app. And our Windows app is an app that runs on any Windows machine that you have. That can be your desktop, your laptop, Surface, and even Surface Hub if you have that installed in your conference room or meeting rooms. And it's important to understand that this is not Power BI Desktop. Power BI Desktop is targeted for creators like yourself. The Windows Hub is more for end users, and it brings you the viewing and consumption experience and a much simpler interface than Power BI Desktop. I think we ran out of time, but we have very few slides left, so stay with me. So here is a report I have created specifically for that demo. And as you can see, that full screen action, okay, basically creates the presentation mode when you now can focus entirely on your data. You don't have any Chrome, and you have specific actions here at the bottom that you can also take with you. Oops, sorry, I clicked the exit by mistake. That you can take with you. You can go between pages, and you can also annotate and write on your report while you're presenting and talking about your data. A question, somebody? Okay. So that will be the presentation mode, and I actually forgot to bring the pen. Do you mind bringing me that purse? That has everything in it. And by using the digital pen, I can just select the color and start. I cannot. Okay, maybe I ran off the battery. Okay, it is working, believe me. Okay. But it's not a demo unless you have something not working for you, right? In PowerPoint, everything works. So imagine that you can annotate and use ink and pens in order to highlight things and write some comments while you're having a conversation or a meeting talking about your sales data. The next thing I wanted to show you with regards to our Windows app is the slideshow. Notice the play button here at the bottom. And now what I did, when I hit the play button, I started a slideshow, meaning that now Power BI app will rotate between your report pages automatically. And if data actually is being refreshed in Power BI service, then the data will be refreshed here as well to reflect that. And imagine if you have like, I don't know, a sales performance report that you want to share with everybody in your office, or if you're a retailer that want to monitor all the stores' performance, again, in your headquarters. So this is exactly the tool for you, so you can run slideshow and project that information in your office and let it run like forever. Okay? That will be a slideshow. So just one additional tip with regards to that, make sure that you get the right app. Many people are sometimes confused because when they look for Power BI at the Windows Store, you will see two results. One is the Power BI desktop, which is not what we just saw. And the slideshow and presentation mode actually available in app that's called Power BI Mobile. I know, not the best name in the world. We are working on changing that, but for now, this is the current name that you see. Yeah, we are super late, so I'm running. One last thing that I wanted to share with you is the new home experience that we are building together with the service, and we are bringing that into the mobile app as well. And let me see that I can show that. Okay. And what you can see here actually is how home will look in mobile. That's something that we are going to release in the near future. It is not out yet, but again, we as the service wanted to give you easier way to find your content and navigate through Power BI, and also to create a personalized experience that surfaces information that is most relevant to you directly to your homepage in mobile. Whoops. So what you can see in here is a quick access to all your recent items directly from the homepage. And a new concept that we have created that we call it activity feed, where you can see all the things that have been happening within your Power BI subscription that might be interesting for you, like when a report or dashboard has been refreshed, or if you have data alert that reached a certain threshold, you will get conversation happening on items that you pin to your favorite, and so forth and so forth. We are very excited about our new home experience, and we hope that you will like it as well. Thank you. And with that, this is only a summary slide with all the tips that we have shared with you. I hope that you find that useful and relevant for you and for your end users. Thank you, everybody.